Preecy, Chorley 5, Radcliffe 0. What a difference a few days can make.
Yeah, look, you have to keep level-headed at this time of the season. I am one for when you win games to celebrate and enjoy it, because you have to, because they're so hard to come by, and be disappointed when you lose games. But when you get to this stage, you have to keep a bit more of a calmness about you, because so much can change, especially when it's so tight. And we've seen that. We saw that only 2 seasons ago. That you've got to keep your head, look at it, look at the bigger picture. Things can change very quickly. And after the Buxton game, although I was really disappointed with the performance and how we played, it's my job to evaluate that and look at it, and obviously before the game, I looked at Buxton and how they played, and they are a difficult team to play at their place, and you can tactically go in a different way when we're playing at home, and the Buxton game, if we had tried to maybe press like we did today, with their quality and their rotations and how fluid they are and being full time, it could end up being more than one. We might have got something out of the game, but on the way that we played that against Buxton, when we won the ball back on that day, we weren't good enough. We weren't good enough to break them down or show the quality that we showed today. And we got in situations today that we got in against Buxton, but we were we were a different animal today. So I wasn't overly concerned. I was disappointed, but I always felt that there was more twists and turns to come. Obviously it puts a little bit more pressure on us, because we know that we've probably got to win 2 games, but the opportunity was there, and we've shown today that when you look at the goal difference now, how important maybe 1 or 2 goal swing either way could be. So yeah, look, definitely going to enjoy the win, but there's no way we're celebrating. We're not thinking we're in the playoffs or anything. We're still nowhere near it. We still got to win our last game. Probably puts us in a stronger position that if we do win, it will take quite a lot for 1 or 2 teams now to get above us on goal difference. So you can see how important maybe, if we'd gone to Buxton and lost 3 or 4, the difference that could have made. But today, I've got to be delighted with the response. We held that nerve. Difficult team to play against Radcliffe. We've got such good players. They changed the system today, and we had to deal with that. I just thought our energy and our quality. We were a different side. We were a different side today, and it is difficult. Look, we've got another game on 4G, and it is difficult on a 4G. It just is such a leveler. That we've got to find a way. We found a way at Scarborough, didn't at Buxton. We've got to find a way now at Rushall. But we'll enjoy today, rest, recover, look at all the positives of what we did today, and then make sure that we're in a better, in a better place going into the Rushall game, and learn from anything that we experienced at Buxton.
You touched on the word there, positives, in terms of the goal scorers. 2 for Tom Carr, takes him into double figures. Fantastic goal for Cole against his former side. First goal for Chorley for Courtney, and then Ello, cherry on the top at the end, another goal for him.
Yeah, I thought some great goals, some quality goals from Tom and from Cole. Great move for Courtney's goal, and a fantastic delivery again for Blake for Ello's header. I thought all 5 goals, we had to earn. It looks on the face of it 5-0 comfortable, but I don't think it was ever comfortable. We had to work really hard for it. There will be some tired legs because we've had to cover some ground. But you know, a delight for Courtney. Obviously, he's coming back from an injury. We managed to get 15, then with 20, then 30 minutes to where he could start today. And he definitely made a difference for us. But I thought it was a great team performance, some great individual performances, and we need that, and we need that again. But like I said, here, we have been a different animal. We've given unbelievable value for money. I think we're top or second, in the league at home. And to get 5 goals and not concede any today, on what might be, it might not be. It might be our last home game of the season. I'm just grateful that we could give that performance to the fans, because they've been brilliant. They've been fantastic, got behind us, not lost any faith. Because if you have people losing faith, then that will affect the players and affect the team. And I never feel that when I walk in here. I always feel that you've got the backing of everybody, and I can't tell you how much that means to all of us. And it's game on.
Tom Carr's just spoken with us and sort of said that a lot of it's got to do with the way that the group is in that dressing room, that never say die attitude. And I guess, as you say, it's game on and all full steam ahead now for Rushall Olympic on Saturday.
Yeah, but it comes down again. Comes down to one game after all the hard work you put in, 45 games and all pre-season, all the training sessions, and then you're down to 190 minutes of football, and away on a 4G like we were away at Gloucester. It's funny how these things happen. Look, we will finish where we deserve to finish at the end, but just for effort and togetherness and giving their all, these lads deserve it, but they've got to go and get it. We've got to go to Rushall and get it, and that won't be easy. Kiddie was 2-1, I think it was a mistake by the keeper, one of the goals, and it was tough for them, and they found it very difficult. So I expect nothing else. I'm sure things will change in the table as the minutes go by. It's just exciting to be amongst the teams that we are. So I thought someone said something like 5 ex-Football League teams were in contention to get promoted or playoffs. Add that to a couple of full-time teams for that, and we're in amongst those. We've got to be proud of what we've done this season. I couldn't be more proud of the effort and the commitment these lads have put in, and I'm glad they got the support of the fans, because they deserve it. That they put so much effort in. I can't thank them enough, and I can't be more proud to be the manager of that group.
And just finally from me, adding on to that point about the fans, you saw that Kidderminster took nearly 1,000 fans, or just over 1,000 fans, to Rushall on Good Friday. We had nearly 2,000 here with us this afternoon, and maybe we can't take 1,000 to Rushall, but as many, more the merrier, I guess.
If we can get the same support that we've had in a lot of the games away from home, that could be the difference. There might be tough times when we just need that support and everybody to just give us that little lift. We'd be grateful for anybody who can spare the time, spare the financing, and get themselves to Rushall on Saturday. Hopefully the club could do something maybe to help and subsidise some coaches, because you've got a whole season going into one game. You look at it and you've got 76 points and you're not in the playoffs. There's not too many leagues where you look around and 76 doesn't get you in. So it's going to be exciting. We're going to need as many fans there as possible, and hopefully we can help to get them there, and then see what comes from there. But we're in it. one game to go. Let's see where we finish.